Hello YouTube! Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Bast totally surprised me. She's so cute. Look at how cute she is. This is Bast. Bast is Bast the kitten. She's the newest member of my household. She's been in the household for about 2.5 years. And she is a powerhouse. Doesn't look like it, but she is. Huh? Let me kiss you. Anyway, so right now the time is approximately 9... forgot a few things. So you enjoy me holding a beautiful black cat for a few more moments. I know that some of you are like, I don't want to see a black cat, you liar. You want to see all these beautiful cats, especially these beautiful, gorgeous black cats. Like I was saying, right now the time is approximately 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Right now the moon is waning in Aries. Last night, as most of you know, as some of you know, oh, okay, you want to go? Bye. Thank you, Bast. Last night was the night of the full moon in Aries, the first of 2 full moons in October 2020. And of course the next one will be on Samhain, as my fellow witches, pagans, and magical practitioners call it. However, for the rest of the world, it's Halloween, which is Saturday, October 31st. That is the night of the blue moon, also full moon in Taurus. Anyway, before I go on to this video, let me check with my awesome audiovisual person. I presume that everything is okay video-wise, visually, audially, auditorily. I forgot the correct term, but you get what I'm saying. You in YouTube land. And I know you get what I'm saying. But we're good? You sure? Okay. So, let me acknowledge my newest YouTube channel subscribers. They are Queen Eve 29. I love the name, by the way. Flotion. And I'm going to spell it for you. It's capital P-H-L-O-C-I-O-N. Flotion. I love this. Kayla Myers, Norma Lawson, and my newest one, Go Within Healing. I love it, I love it, I love it. So to all 5 of you, welcome to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Right now there is no fan on. There's plenty of lighting, but there is no fan. I recently joined the Hot Flashes Club. So sometimes I'm hot, sometimes I'm cold. Right now I'm comfortable. I'm milking it for all it's worth. And there you go. Anyway, I am continuing a series of videos that I call More Than a Walkthrough. I have been very excited about these videos. I've been very happy with the comments that I've received about these videos. I've been really happy with how excited I feel about these videos. So we're going to continue on because I am keeping my promise to myself, no matter what, that before the conclusion of 2020, the year of a solid balanced foundation, I will have completed discussing all the major arcana cards, and I will be well into the minor arcana. At the very least, I'll be well into the first minor arcana suit. And I don't remember what it is offhand, but I'll let you know in the description box. Anyway, so I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of the card we're going to talk about, which is the Hanged Man, illustrated by Joe Lee. I'm going to have him do a close-up on the back of the card first, and I am remembering the recommendation that Clean Edit had made. We're not going to zoom too fast with the close-ups. So now all of you have seen a close-up of the back of the card design, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to show all of you the front of the card design, and I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of the front of the card design. You're not doing a close-up. I don't see you moving you're nodding your head, yes, but oh, there is a close-up. Okay, thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to all of you after my awesome audiovisual person does a close-up of the front of the guidebook. You know, I remember several years ago when Avalon Cameron, who at the time that I saw this video, her her YouTube channel was called Avalon's Spiritual Odyssey. I remember that she was going through 5 different oracle card decks published by Blue Angel Publishing in Glen Waverley, Victoria, Australia, and she was talking about how chunky the guidebooks were. And I love that. And ever since then, I love the term chunky for like a guidebook that's really thick. Like, look at that. That's thick. That's thick and juicy. All these pages for this guidebook. I'm going to do a quick check-in with my awesome audiovisual person. Is there something that I need to do? Something that you need to do? You sure? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what the person who created this gorgeous Hanged Man card wrote about the Hanged Man card, and then I'm going to read that person's bio. Now, those of you who've been following along at home, you know that so far I have encountered 2 artists whose bios are absent from this guidebook. So now it's like, I hope I make I hope and pray that that artist's bio is listed. So okay, so this is Trump 12, the Justice card. Traditionally, the Justice card, this is Trump 12, the Hanged Man card. Trump 11, the Justice card, was the previous video in this series of videos. But this is Trump 12, the Hanged Man, illustrated by Joe Lee. And, what was I going to say about that? Yes. Traditionally, the Hanged Man card is astrologically aligned with the element of water. In a modern interpretation, or in a modern Western astrological association, it is astrologically aligned with the planet Neptune. So, you sure you're okay? Okay. And I promise you this video will not be more than 10 minutes. Although lately it's been under 15 minutes, so just an FYI. And I have my awesome audiovisual person keeping tabs on that just to make sure. So he's probably going to give me like a 5-minute mark if I get to 10 minutes or more. So anyway. The Hanged Man by Joe Lee. The Hanged Man here is an androgynous, non-binary individual hanging gracefully by their billowing robes from the branches of a tree. The figure holds the quote-unquote apple of knowledge in one hand and the quote-unquote egg of creation in the other. The snake often means temptation, but it also refers to awakening to opportunity emerging from the supporting branch. Also, depending upon the culture of origins cosmology, the snake represents healing, phallic energy, transformation, wisdom. So it also depends on the cosmology of the culture of origin that says the snake represents this. That was my ad-lib, if you will. Okay. On this card, there was a great deal of fluidity and budding possibility in stasis. The Hanged Man is about suspending action and upending, Let me try that again. The Hanged Man is all about suspending action and upending the old way of seeing things. There is so much to move toward or away from. There is so much to move toward or away from. I'm also going to add that in a lot of my readings, the Hanged Man card represents surrendering and releasing attachments, whether it is an attachment to a person, to a goal, to a specific result, to a desired outcome. Sometimes the Hanged Man is saying, you need to wait. You need to hang around and wait. And I've always found it fascinating. I mean, here is this figure that is literally hanging from a tree branch by a cord wrapped around one of the ankles and the tree branch. That's pretty wild. Because if I was hanging from a tree branch upside down, half naked, and there was just a cord that was connecting one of my ankles to the tree branch, I promise you, I'd be screaming like a boy. Not screaming like a girl, I'd be screaming like a boy. And I'd be screaming like my life depended on it. Okay, now I'm going to look for Joe Lee's bio. And you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, the bio is here. Keep forgetting it's alphabetical order by last name. Oh, good. It's here, it's here, it's here. Okay. Joe Lee is an artist, cartoonist. His Saturday editorial cartoon has run in the Bloomington Herald Times for the last 17 years. Author and illustrator. He has written and several books. I think they meant he has written and illustrated several books on Dante, Greek mythology, and the history of clowns. He is also a former circus clown, having graduated from Ringling Brothers Clown College. Impressive. And traveled with several different circuses. He has created a graphic novel and is working on a graphic biography of Eva Kor. Eva Kor. Eva, capital E-V-A, and Kor, capital K-O-R. His paintings have appeared in several gallery exhibits. He is the creator of Le Grand Circus and Sideshow Tarot, published by U.S. Game Systems Incorporated. It lists an Etsy shop, which I will be favoriting the first chance I get. And if I find any other social media contact information for Joe Lee, I will include this in the description. I will include that in the description box for this video. The only other thing that I want to say about the Hanged Man is that for me it really is about sometimes taking a necessary pause. You know, for a lot of people this year, primarily because of COVID-19, there were a lot of things that they were either unable to do or that they needed to wait until they could do again. I know that some of you know how much I love attending cultural events. And one of the highlights of any calendar year for me, and especially the last several years, has been attending free Shakespeare productions in various parks in New York City. I always make time for the public theaters, free Shakespeare in the Park productions at the Delacorte Theater in Central Park in Manhattan in New York City. And I've become enamored with Smith Street Stage out of Carroll Park, Brooklyn, or Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn, because Carroll Park in Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn, I said that right, Drake? Yes, is also sacred to me, and I love going there. And I wanted to finally go to Shakespeare Downtown in the Lower East Side in the financial district in Manhattan, also in New York City. But all of those were put on hold because of COVID-19. They were essentially canceled, actually. There were no productions in person at the Delacorte Theater in Central Park with the Public Theater. There were no productions this year at the Smith Street Stage, Carroll Park's in Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn stage. And I was so looking forward to seeing Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet I have read more than I have seen performed. I read it twice in high school. I read it once after high school, and I was looking forward to seeing a production of Romeo and Juliet. I also thought it was interesting that prior to COVID-19, the Smith Street Stage was going to have as its first of 2 summer productions, A Winter's Tale. Some of you know that I love Levenger, which offers serious tools for serious readers, and every year they have a winter's sale. Anyway, and then of course I was going to finally see Shakespeare Downtown's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is probably one of the most beloved of Shakespearean plays, especially for those of us who are witches, especially around the time of the summer solstice. But I digress. So, so sometimes the Hanged Man is saying you need to take a break, you need to pause and not do anything about this situation right now. Take stock. What's going on? I just finished a phone reading with a regular client, and she was one of the things that she mentioned was selling her current apartment and moving into her parents' home. Now, I'm not going to say too much about this person, but she lives in one borough of New York City, not Manhattan, and she was going to move to another borough of New York City, again, not Manhattan. That is where her parents' home is. And I kept listening to her talk about all the reasons why she wanted to move, all the reasons why she wanted to sell her apartment, all the reasons why she wanted to move from where she lives now to her parents' house. And it seemed to me there was so much anxiety and so much pressure and so much stress and so much like, you know, and I was just like, honey, if you're this crazed about this one thing, it's not the right time to sell. And I just said it just like that. I said to her, you know, how can you possibly sell right now, especially with all of these planets retrograding? I mean, I was surprised to see that right now Mercury is not retrograding, but I know that Mars is retrograding. I believe Venus is retrograding, and I think that every middle and outer planet is currently retrograding. Although I think one of the 3 outer planets is now transiting direct, but I don't remember offhand if that's Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto. But I can tell you right now, with all of these retrograding planets, the last thing one needs to think about is selling a home. At least in her case, that's one of the things last thing she needs to worry about. And she was very concerned about her parents' individual and collective health, physical health and well-being. So I'm like, okay, this is telling me that you're not ready to sell. That as much as that is still an appealing idea to you, I do not think you have the wherewithal to sell your home right now, because of so much that you're worried about and so much that's going on in your life professionally and more so personally. It's like, no, I don't think that that's an idea that you want to consider right now. And my wish for her, you know, at the risk of sounding a bit presumptuous, my wish for her is that she take stock, she get as much rest as possible, do what she needs to do in her personal life, especially over the next few days, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to revisit this idea when I am much more calm, much more cool, much more collected, much more grounded, much more centered, much more balanced. Anyway, with that being said, YouTube, I'm going to keep this video as short and sweet as possible. Thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish all of you many blessings of love and light, prosperity and peace, wholeness, healing, money, and magic. And I want to briefly mention that I am uploading one of the 4 videos that I am long overdue to upload as I speak. So I have started to catch up on all the videos that needed to be uploaded, and there are new ones that are going to be uploaded over the next few days. I will be leaving for Beacon, Cold Spring, New York on Wednesday, October 14th, because I will be giving readings both in-person, phone, video, and email readings at Notions and Potions in freaking Beacon, baby, New York. From Thursday, October 15th through Saturday, October 17th. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a week ahead. I apologize. I will be leaving for Cold Spring, because that's the place where I stay in the hotel, on Wednesday, October 7th. That is exactly 5 days from today, because I am giving readings at Notions and Potions, in-person, phone, video, and email readings from Thursday, October 8th through Saturday, October 10th, 2020. The video for that is also going to be one of the ones uploaded soon. But, so I will upload as many videos as possible between tonight, Friday, October 2nd, and Wednesday, October 7th, 2020, before I need to leave for Cold Spring. So I might cut it off late night, Tuesday, October 6th, and then just upload the remaining videos after I return. But with that being said, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you for all the likes, all the shares, all the subscriptions, and all the likes, shares, comments. I love my comments. And the subscriptions, for those of you who have yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And thank you to all of you who have already scheduled your sessions with me since the beginning of 2020. And given that September through to the following February is an especially abundantly full time of the year with regards to my professional psychic practice, I cannot over-recommend that you schedule your sessions as soon as possible, if not ASAP and stat. And with that, I wish you a beautiful evening, a wonderful weekend, and stay tuned for the next video.